Today, let's talk about the idea of feeling complete, feeling enough in yourself, feeling full, a feeling of fullness. If you are having that feeling of, I just don't feel complete, something is missing, and maybe you know what it is, start writing that down right away. Sometimes it's harder to put your finger on, though, exactly what it is. It's just that you know that there is a lacking. Maybe it's an anxiousness, maybe it's an overwhelm, but you definitely do not feel complete. I went through about 3 years feeling like this, and I knew exactly what it was. I wanted another baby. I think a lot of you women, maybe men too, have gone through that, that yearning, that longing, that knowing that your family's not complete. When we had the 2 kids, right in the beginning, because they were born 5 months apart, so they're like twins. And we were like 2 and through, like we are done. And then within about a year, I was like, I'm not done. There's something else out there. There's another member of our family. We're missing it. I talked to my friend the other day who actually just had a baby, and she's like, I remember packing up stuff for the kids, and she had 3 kids. Remember packing things up and going, we're missing somebody. Something's missing. Somebody's missing. And there wasn't. They weren't missing a kid. You know how that happens when you have your family and you're like counting heads. And she wasn't missing one, but she was. She felt that feeling of being incomplete. When I was going through that, and I will be honest, my husband wasn't feeling that way. He's like, no, we're good with 2. I knew that I just I wasn't gonna feel that sense of fullness without another child. I knew that we needed to give love to another child, and I had to wait a really, really long time. And I'm sure you've read our stories, and we went through ups and downs with miscarriage and adoption to finally complete our family. I'm not saying that adding to my family was the wrong answer there. It was the right answer. That was Ben Diego. And when we finally had that last child, I knew I was done. I was like, yes, this is our family. We're complete, and I'm so happy, and I'm so full. There are ways to extinguish that feeling of need to be complete within yourself by adding a family member, changing your job, buying something, reconnecting with somebody that you've lost, or a relationship that has been broken. There's lots of ways to do that, but sometimes there's no way to fill that feeling of being incomplete. And sometimes we go through a feeling of being incomplete because we're not fully getting what we need from our Lord. And that's not on him. Obviously, he's there to give it to us all the time. It's on us. So here's a couple of questions for you to ask yourself to journal about. Why am I feeling so empty? How am I going to the attachment of others? How am I putting on other people to make me feel full? Maybe you're trying to put it all on a spouse or a child to make you feel full. Maybe you're trying to put it all on a job or a position or money or status to make you feel complete, when really nothing else, no other thing, no other person can give you that feeling. You have to be able to do it within yourself with the help of the Lord. Are you going to attachments? Are you going to dependency? Are you going to substance abuse? Are you going to mindlessly scrolling on the internet to be able to give you that feeling of being complete, when where you really need to go and what you really need to do is to go towards the Lord? And the way that we do that is by giving exactly what we're trying to get. So you need to be giving out that love in order to get the love that you might feel like you're missing. Do you follow me there with how that works? So if you are looking at, you're not being filled up by your spouse, you're not being filled up by an adult child, turn that around and give that love, serve them. That's going to fill you up. The more that you give, the more you fill somebody else's cup, the more your cup will be filled. So journal about how you're looking towards others or other things or other situations to give you that feeling of being complete, and then turn it around and how you can give back, how you can serve others in order to get that feeling. I know it sounds counterintuitive, and a lot of the things that you're going to do when you're journaling, when you're praying, even in our Christian faith, is really going to sound counterintuitive. It's like we tithe, we give to get, right? It's the same thing with the way that we feel. If you're feeling empty inside, go fill somebody else up. If you're feeling incomplete, go to the Lord. Give to him. Give of your words, give of your time, give of your spirit, give of your energy to him so that he can fill you up. There are times when you're feeling incomplete, like I was being a mother without that third child, that there is something or someone that can fill that, but we wouldn't have come to Ben Diego. He wouldn't have come to us had we not given out, had I not given out and poured out my heart and my soul to the Lord in praying and worship and petition and given him every single feeling that I had so that he could fill me up. You are complete. You are enough just as you are. You have to remember that. And you have to go to the Lord to give you that feeling. But if you are feeling incomplete, if you're feeling like something's lacking, how can you give in order to get? Here's a good verse. And to know Christ's love that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled with the fullness of God. Complete is a lot like being full. And to know Christ's love that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled with the fullness of God. Why do I feel so incomplete? Why am I so empty in myself that I'm going and trying to find that dependency and attachment to others? And where am I looking to get love instead of giving it? Give more love today. It's going to help you feel more complete.